Yeah, good. I'm filming.
Filming. How's that? Yeah, but.
What do you expect the Stars squad to be on fire? A few points difference. That's a week.
Sporting that nice blue Guernsey. It looks beautiful out there. We can see these two teams quite clearly here. I hope you're enjoying the coverage throughout the day. Here's Rupert Papungamiri, puts them inside 50. Daniel Motlop able to get in the way though. And we've seen him play that defensive role a few times. Mullins tries to wrap him up. No one's able to catch him. And eventually the Muck-Mucks work their way out of trouble, but it's only momentarily. Mark is taken by John Messon.
There, Johnny Mason, the former Adelaide Crow and the Melbourne Demons player. So he's been very impressive in the ruck for Tiwi since coming up this season.
And now the mark's taken by big Rupert Papungamiri. Inside 50, and he's not in any hurry to pass this one off.
No, not at all. The man known for his don't argues. There's no arguing about this. He's shooting for goal.
So Rupert Papungamiri, this would be the perfect start for the Tiwi Bombers if he can kick this. He'll have to kick from about 45 metres out. The good thing is, though, that there is no angle to speak of, and the wind has really died down since the first games. In comes Papungamiri. He gives it a ride, and he kicks the first of the evening for the Bombers. Rupert Papungamiri kicks the goal, and it's one straight to the Bombers. The Wanderers yet to score.
Yeah, no, perfect start there by the Bombers. They're coming off a good win last week over on the Islands against Waratahs, and really need to come over to TIO Stadium and really make their mark. And it's a perfect start there by Papungamiri, and well, the Bombers. They do like scoring goals, and that's hopefully, for their fans, the first of many tonight.
Well, they're on the board early. We remember, Dale, look, when we had the Bombers a few weeks ago, they started really well against the Buffaloes, but in the end, it was the Buffaloes that came home and got the better of them. So we know that they're a good starting side, and this is no exception today. They go forward once again, but VV able to get in the way there. His kick goes up towards the wing. No mark taken, and then Scanlon got it inboard to Height, and someone down there in the middle of the ground. It might be Billy Barden already. Meantime, kick inside 50 for Wanderers. No one home. Jason Purantatamiri onto the loose footy, and they're going to try and clear towards that far side. Middle one inboard. Height can't quite take the mark, but gathers at ground level. Tarin Petrie kicks up towards the wing. There's no mark taken there, and it's just in dispute on the far side. Eventually, the Bombers come away with it. Bradley Palapamini. Wanamiri puts it inside 50. But the Muck-Mucks have numbers, and they clear defence, at least momentarily, because Scanlon's going to pump the Bombers back inside. Motlop hits the contest hard and did well. Daniels Heenan was underneath that, but Motlop came across the front of the pack. I should clarify which Motlop. That's Daniel Motlop, one of a few out there today. And the Eagles have some running room on the far side. Jordan Jeffrey winds up, kicks inside 50, the Cook direction, can't take the mark. And it spills out of play. Plenty of foreign numbers out there because the players today are wearing their Seatbelt Saves Lives Guernseys. As you can see, a few customised Guernseys, and maybe from the time they ordered the Guernseys to the time that they're wearing it, or that they're wearing them today, maybe players have put on a few kegs, missed out on selection, or come into the side.
or have lost weight and trimmed down, Dave.
Yeah, exactly. That's a very good point. They're probably maybe after a good pre-season, as VV sees that one out of play. 4.5 minutes gone, first term on AFL NTV. Hope you've enjoyed the rolling coverage of the trio of matches here at TIO Stadium, the triple treat as we've called it. Your winners so far today are St Mary's, and Buffaloes and Palmerston, of course, they couldn't be separated, playing out a draw. There's the new number 1, Brad Vassell, or number 2 last week, I think. No, he would have worn number 1 last week. They kick inside 50, almost a good mark there from Adam Cook. Can't quite bring it down. Jason Purantatamiri's thereabouts. Spills out though. JJ Motlop round the corner, and there's the response. Jerome Motlop kicks the goal, and he runs towards the bench, as we see so often. One straight apiece here on AFL NTV after 5 minutes.
No, great goal there. JJ Motlop read the pack beautifully and slotted it through, and Eagles respond. And they really needed to respond too, because the Bombers, they've had all the play so far. There's been down to the left of screen, but this Eagles lineup, it looks very strong, and I expect, I tipped the Eagles before the game, and I expect them to get on top quite soon.
Bounce, ugly bounce. Umpire says play on though. Miles tried to shark it from the kick out there. Little one over the top for the Bombers, and they're just edging it forward here off the ground. Not able to gather possession, Henry Owen Jr., but he did lay a very good tackle there on Alex Erlandson and force things to a standstill. So a ball up very close to the boundary line.
But these jumpers, Dave, have been the highlight for me this round. There's also it highlights how important road safety is, but it also highlights the professionalism of this competition, and I think some of the clubs should stick with them.
Certainly, I think it's certainly a good point. Why do we need to preach road safety just one round a year? Maybe we could use these as the clash strips. Christian Haidt, meantime, goes short. And free kick, and the mark is taken by Nicholas Daniels-Heenan, who was at the road safety launch during the week. And he's representing the Tiwi Bombers out there tonight. Comes in, started it right, and it just bent a tiny bit too much. First minor score of the game. So 1-1-7, the Tiwi Bombers. Wanderers 1 straight 6, just 1 point in it. We've got the close one so far.
And it's really interesting to see Andrew Hodges has got both Daniel Motlop and Thomas Motlop playing in defence. So one of the league's leading goal kickers, and one of the AFL's known full forwards, both in the back 6 for the Eagles. And speak of the devil, here's Thomas.
I thought that the move to put Thomas Motlop across half back last week, or Mansell just got crunched in that contest. Free kick, says the umpire, chopping the arms. I thought that that the move to bring Thomas Motlop to the back line was an inspired move from Andrew Hodges. He's a coach under immense pressure, and he moved the competition's leading goal kicker to the back line. And in the end, maybe it wasn't the move that won him the game, but Wanderers were the ones that were successful. So it was a difficult move to make, and he was able to make it.
Oh, well, Thomas Motlop, he's a class player. You would like 22 Thomas Motlops out there, so he has the skill set to play on any line.
Brad Vassell's kick inside 50 was perfect. It found Liam Patrick, and he took the mark near enough the same position that Rupert Papungamiri took his mark at the other end of the ground. He's about 45 metres out, directly in front. Liam Patrick, I think some of the stopping and propping is just for a bit of show, because he's certainly got the distance, he's certainly got the accuracy. It's just a matter of the execution. Let's see how he goes with that. Liam Patrick comes in, and it just drifts to the left-hand side. So all locked up again, 1-1-7 apiece in the opening stages of this first term. Wanderers and Tiwi, the last of the triple treat here at TIO on Super Saturday on AFL NTV. And it's 1-1-7 apiece as the Bombers just wax lyrical in their defensive 50. Jason Purantatamiri, what do you reckon about this haircut?
Well, there's been a few different hairstyles in this competition, and it's clearly it should generate some sponsorship from a hairdresser or a barber or something, because there's a few absolute beauties out there, and obviously a few that really need some work.
So another boundary throw-in coming up as play continues. Ball brought back into play, and big hit there on Jared Erlinson. Wanderers go forward all the same. Old little one-handed effort there was clever, and a good mark taken. Petrie, who's going to switch things up. Vivian Kiranua wants him to run onto the footy. Close attention coming from Aaron Motlop. A good inclusion for the Muck-Mucks on this occasion, and could be 50. No, went straight back to him. So Aaron Motlop, good tackle, wraps things up, and holding the ball is the result.
And definitely been a key out for the Eagles over the past month. Obviously resting after a long Thunder season. Shane
Thorne kicks to the top of the goal square. No one takes the mark. It comes off hands though. Jordan Jeffrey just
dribble files. Dribble files. Geez, I really think Jason Dunstall from Fox Footy should come up here just for a triple treat, because he would be a very angry man after watching some of these dribble efforts today.
Geez, there have been a few stinkers. Here's Henry Owen Jr. Kicks Christian Height. Miles flies in from the side, almost the juggling mark. Umpire says play on, and it spills out of play. Boundary throw in.
I can't really see why the dribble kick is even used up here, because it'd be a little bit wet, a little bit dewy, and that's not the conditions to do any dribble file kicks.
It's quite true. As play continues, Jared Erlinson just sees that one out of play in front of Bradley Palapamini. No Ross Tungatalum in the side at the moment, which is a bit of a loss for the Bombers.
And also a big loss is Ryan Semmel, who was on the recruit. He was clearly best on ground last week, and hasn't made the trip north this week. So he's a huge out for the Bombers.
Little bit going on off the ball there. Brad Vassell copped some unwanted attention, but he gets straight back to his feet as you'd expect, and kicks up to centre half forward. VV back into the side today. Couldn't quite gather the mark, but gathered at ground level. Got the hands off Leslie Moroney. Kicks into the pocket. Adam Cook. He's not the man who takes the mark, because Jordan Jeffrey does. He wants to go in board. Eventually kicks up towards the goals, and maybe was a little bit rushed from the young fella. But kicked a couple of behinds there in the last minute. At least he's getting his hands on the footy. Meantime, short kick is marked by Henry Owen Jr. Kicks up towards Daniels Heenan. Didn't take the mark, but kept his feet, and then he saw big Jonathan Miles coming and said, "Nah, I'm right, thanks." But then he tackled him and brought him to ground holding the ball, says the umpire. Have a look at that. Nicholas Daniels Heenan claims Jonathan Miles. And then there's a turnover.
Usually a good big man always beats a good little man, but not on that occasion.
Casemiro. Been a very good player in previous seasons, Zelio Casemiro. He's a good soccer player, Dale, and convert to this great game.
No, he definitely is, and he probably is hoping his club have the chance to play in the FFA Cup next year, which could be interesting.
That would be very interesting. Meantime, Vassell switched things up. Thomas Motlop, short kick inside 50. It just landed between JJ Motlop and Adam Cook, and the Bombers able to cut things off through Adam Tippenwoody. Put it out wide. In a bit of trouble there was Scanlon. Got the handball off in the end, and then Sam Arthur just hacked it forward. JJ Motlop close to the boundary, in fact out of bounds, and a boundary throw in the result. Adam Tippenwoody just there.
It's been quite a subdued first quarter after a couple of quick goals, one from each team. I was coming into this game expecting a real shootout, and not the case to date, but it's just a massive game for both clubs and their finals chances.
Kick out of the pack goes the Bombers' way, but it's cut off there by Casemiro once again. He goes short to the hero of last week, Nook Mansell. Kicked the winning goal, Dale. And now Mansell goes forward. Miles, it's too tall for him. That spills out in front of big John Meeson.
And Meeson's really been the player that sparked the Bombers. His work around the packs and getting first touch on the ball. And well, there's a plethora of Bombers midfielders waiting for his tap.
Did well there, Henry Owen Jr. to keep that one in. And he wants to do some clever work near the boundary line with foot this time. He kicks up towards the target. Marine did well, had no one to handball to space. Wanderers able to cut it off. VV's there, Thomas Motlop. VV, well tackled and brought to ground, and the umpire says all locked up. We'll have a ball up. Just forward to centre wing for the Muck-Mucks, for the Bombers, I should say. Back into play, and big fly there. Not able to come down with the mark. Liam Patrick. Jason Purintatamiri. Look at this man and his fancy footwork. It goes out of bounds on the full, but he's one player that I just love watching him dance around the back 50, Dale.
And now everyone in the competition knows he doesn't have a left foot either.
Yeah, very true. As the free kick's going to be taken. Might be young Xavier Cabillo. Dale, great story on him today in NT News.
Yes, but unfortunately doesn't join the illustrious group of kicking a goal with his first kick like it was a
Daniel Rioli, I think last
Daniel Rioli did it last week indeed.
So Jonathan Mullins, not sure what this free kick's for, but he's got it all the same.
Doesn't know what to do with it either.
Ended up going backwards. Rupert Papungamiri. Look at this. He wants the 1-2 definitely here. He got it. Somehow from Stephen Miles. So both Miles brothers out there today. We haven't made mention of that, which is good to see. And they're both playing near each other at the moment. Now they've gone their separate ways. Both got the Ruckman genes. Mitch Taylor up towards Sam Arthur. Takes the mark. Wants someone to lead towards him. Goes into the pocket. Jordan Jeffrey. Is that a free kick? Umpire says no. Adam Cook from the congestion dribble. Files maybe. Doesn't even score on this occasion. And the Bombers work their way out of trouble. It's only momentarily though, because there's a free kick to Leslie Moroney for a push out. Another young player in the side. Wanderers, they've got some really exciting young prospects. Xavier Cabillo, Leslie Moroney. Keep looking down. Jordan Jeffrey.
And now they definitely have a side for the next decade with those youngsters running around, getting a plethora of experience.
There's one of them. Jordan Jeffrey to Sam Arthur to Liam Patrick to the goals. Wanderers extend the lead. That was a good passage. And Liam Patrick becomes a goal kicker tonight. He gets his first. He joins JJ Motlop as the goal kickers for Wanderers, and they extend their margin. 2-3-15, the Muck-Mucks, the Bombers 1-1-7. 18 minutes gone, first term on AFL NTV.
Well, Liam Patrick, he's a real match winner for the Eagles, and they're playing at centre half forward tonight, and it's probably one reason why the Thomas Motlop's put him back in defence, because why wouldn't you have Liam Patrick flying high at centre half forward? And well, anything around goals, and if the ball's in Liam Patrick's hands, it's always going to be a positive result.
So from the ball up, the Bombers extract the footy, and they go forward through Roy Farmer. Got it to that wing, and now Bradley Palapamini had to go, and he did. He took the mark just ahead of Casemiro there. Palapamini in two minds, eventually kicks up towards Miles. It cleared him. Paved a path for Lindsay Marine, though, who took the mark, and he'll go back for the instant reply.
Well, I thought the kick in there was supposed to be for Miles, and nearly went to the other Miles, but ended up with Lindsay Marine, who should really kick this. In
he comes, and he makes no mistake, and there's the evener. So we've had goals at both ends with replies just as quickly at both ends, and suddenly the margin back to just 2 points. 2-3-15. The Muck-Mucks, the Bombers 2-1-13 as we tick towards time on in the first term of the third game of the triple treat here at TIO.
Yeah, now really hard to gauge this one, Dave. It started out the Bombers had the play, and then Wanderers took over the momentum. So it's really a bit of give and go here with this. Both sides are obviously trying to work out and get their game plans happening, but yeah, very interesting at this stage.
Another tweet that's come in. It's a very interesting tweet. I'll read that one out in a sec as play continues. We'll wait for the next stoppage. Wanderers go forward. Brad Vassell up towards Jordan Jeffrey. Can't take the mark. It comes down to ground level. Patrick's thereabouts. The Bombers also with numbers. Mansell threw his head over the footy. Out. Arthur onto the loose pill. But in the end, it's cut off to Rin Petrie. And the Bombers are going to try and clear towards this near side, the grandstand side. Marine and Miles tried to team up, but they weren't able to get it away. Brad Vassell, meantime, kicks to the hot spot, and they find a mark through. Cook, second grab, really should have taken it. The pressure didn't come from where he was expecting, but the umpire paid a free kick in the end, and Cook will go back and probably kick the goal, you'd think.
We really should. He should kick the goal. It's just the same as he should have marked the ball. So now Adam Cook has been a real focal point for the Eagles over the past month, and he really shouldn't miss this.
DK and Gray, play of the day man last week. This week he kicks a more mundane goal, but it's a goal all the same. Wanderers extend 3-3-21. They lead the Bombers 2-1-13, almost 22 minutes gone in the first term. Quick tweet here on AFL NTV. Whittaker, at Whittaker03 from Christian Whittaker. Almost as many turnovers in this game than at a South American Thanksgiving dinner. I'll do the funny stuff, thanks, Christian.
Well, dear, I think let's hope this this game gets a little bit more interesting than that comedy, because that was quite poor.
I didn't mind it, Christian. That's why I read it out. It's good to. He's tweeted in every game, the old Christian Whittaker, so it's good to see that he's watched all the action live on AFL NTV as the Muck-Mucks clear to the far side. Long kick there from Thomas Motlop, finds Joel Cabillo, one of about 68 Cabillos out there today, who goes inside 50. No mark taken by anyone, and the umpire says the contest was clean. Throw it in, thanks boundary. 3-3-21, plays 2-1-13, 22 and a half minutes gone first term. If you've just joined us, St Mary's beat Nightcliff by 800 points. But in the earlier game, Buffaloes and Palmerston couldn't be split as play continues. The Muck-Mucks have numbers. Mansell was over the footy. Just a little one up and over. Jordan Jeffrey ducked into it. Got it to Adam Cook. He tried to go back through traffic. Was that a throw? Umpire says no. Play on. It spills out. Brad Vassell round the corner and kicks her behind. Just the minor score there.
That's clearly the behind of the day.
3-4-22, plays 2-1-13. 23 minutes gone, first term.
And the Bombers really are renowned to be ultra attacking, and their defence really has to stand up tonight, because Wanderers' forward line on paper looks very, very dangerous with Patrick Cook and Thorne running around in there.
Let's see how the Bombers go here. Little one along the ground, a chance for Daniels Heenan. He goes with the inside out right footer, and Daniel Motlop just took the mark about 20 centimetres in play, and no score. And now Mitch Taylor goes up to JJ Motlop, to Nook Mansell, who's going to be run down from behind, got the handball away just in time, and Wanamiri, he pounced on the loose footy and kicked inside 50. Matthias Liddy takes the mark. Wanamiri, an exciting passage from him, laid a good tackle and then exploded away from the contest.
And Aussie Wanamiri there showed his AFL class, didn't he? And once again, a kick after the siren.
This is becoming a popular phenomenon on AFL NTV as we await this kick. Liddy from right on the 50, paint work, he sends it home. That's a big goal. The Bombers get their third, and suddenly at the break, there is just 3 points in it. Wanderers 3-4-22, the Bombers 3-1-19, 3 points in it. We've got the close one, Dale Fletcher from NT News, but we're going to be back soon after the quarter time break on AFL NTV.
After a hard day's work, you deserve it. When you're catching up with mates, you deserve it. Grabbing a bite with the missus, you deserve it. But drive after a few, you deserve it. A road safety message from TIO.
Do you know a family in crisis? Contact the North Australian Aboriginal Family Violence Legal Service. We provide legal advice, representation, referral services and support to family and community. Break the chains of family violence today. Healing NT Families. For more information, call us today.
For Territorians, the roads are more than bitumen. They connect us. For TIO, it's the same. For taking us on safe journeys, for travelling free, for twists and turns, for turning the corner, for taking you back to health. Road safety for Territorians.
Amart Sports is your home of great sports with all the gear you need. Get a massive range of fitness, cycling, sporting equipment and games with clothing for any reason and footwear for all the seasons. From the biggest sporting brands in the world for the very best prices guaranteed. If you're a footy fanatic or a freak for fitness, relish the racket or bikes are your business. Amart Sports has got you covered with 50 stores Australia-wide. For a great range of great brands at great prices, get in store or shop online at Amart Sports today.
Stop heat stress before it starts. Geminex has a wide range of hydration products, including camelbacks and cooling vests, air skis and coolers, rehydration drinks and accessories, all designed to ensure your safety in the sun. For a limited time, purchase a box of 20 Squincher 3.8 litre powder concentrate sachets and receive 2 3.8 litre coolers absolutely free while stocks last. Rehydrate, restore and recharge at Geminex, Winnelli and Pinelands.
What did he say? He says you can see quite well.
Every eye is an eye. When you're doing the surgery there, that is just as important as if you were doing eye surgery on the Prime Minister or the King.
Yeah. He's going to be all right.
Welcome back to AFL NTV coverage live from TIO Stadium, where Wanderers lead the Tiwi Bombers by 3 points as we're back underway. But it's the Bombers that go forward through Scanlon first, up towards half forward. No mark taken. Heights there. Can he find a way through? Not on this occasion. It comes out. Turin Petrie also there. The Muck-Mucks go forward though. They just find a way through. Casemiro, who kicks inside 50. Cook can't quite take the mark. It comes out to Arthur, back to Cook. His kick goes out towards Jason Purantatamiri, though, who kicks up towards the attacking 50, and the mark is taken. Quick chance to read out a tweet off the back of one of your comments, Dale, and I haven't prepped you on this one. Brenton Toy has tweeted in and said something along the lines of Jason Purantatamiri, the best kick on both feet after that kick with the inside of his right foot. The problem is that he doesn't know, just was in two minds as to which foot he wanted to kick it on. So he disagrees that he had no left foot. Says he's the best kick on both feet he's ever seen, as Adam Cook takes the mark inside 50 for the Muck-Mucks.
I'll take Brenton Toy's word for it there, because no, he is one outstanding coach, and he would know a lot more than what I do.
Jason Purantatamiri. Meantime, there's a free kick off the ball, and it's gone to Aaron Motlop. So another chance here for the Muck-Mucks to extend the score.
I think all his teammates think he's going to kick it because there's no one to the left of him. One person.
Aaron Motlop just wobbled it through for a goal. It did look pretty, but it was effective all the same, and he kicks the goal and the Muck-Mucks extend.
Well, it's not how, it's how many, really, and it was a shocking-looking kick, but it put 6 points on the scoreboard, and Wanderers here stretch their lead to 9 points. And, well, they really should start, I think, showing some ascendancy here in this second quarter. I think the Bombers really are stretched in defence, and if the Eagles get their fair share of inside 50s and clearances, I think the Wanderers should be too strong.
Take this opportunity to read out a tweet to give a shout out for Justine Grant, the media content producer at Tiwi Bombers, who leaves the territory tomorrow. So sad news that you're leaving, Justine, but we've loved your work all the same, and good luck with all your endeavours as the Muck-Mucks go inside 50. Hopefully the Bombers can put on a performance in these last 3 quarters for you. The last 3 quarters, your time in the territory, watching the Tiwi Bombers as the ball goes out of play at half forward for the Muck-Mucks, who lead this one, fear not by... what's our margin say? 14 points. They actually only lead it by 9 points. Our scoreboard's a little bit out at the moment. We'll get that one updated for you as the ball spills out of play. 3 minutes gone, second term. It's 4-4-28. The Wanderers. The Bombers 3-1-19. I've always found it interesting. I had a discussion with someone how you can have a side called the Wanderers, but their mascot is the Eagle. Surely you can only be a Wanderer or an Eagle, like the Blues Bombers or, the Cats Dogs.
Maybe the Eagle is wandering.
Maybe what about a Waratah Warrior? It's surely you've got to have the location, like Palmerston, and then the Magpie, or the Tiwi, and then the Bomber. The Wanderers Eagles.
And throw in some Muck-Mucks as well.
Muck-Mucks, everything.
I love the name Muck-Mucks. It's probably one of the best footy nicknames in Australia.
I'd have to agree with you there. It's always good fun. This one's kicked up towards Casemiro. Can't take it. Alex Erlinson just tried to go through a pair there. Didn't quite find a way through. Dion Munkara and Ozzy Wanamiri onto that one, and it spills out of play. Boundary throw in, half forward for the Tiwi Bombers.
What the Bombers are trying to do is isolate Daniel Motlop down there with a one-on-one battle, and I think it's Lindsay Marine that's playing full forward by himself. So all the players around the ball, and just that one-on-one inside the Bombers 50, but it's going the other way.
Alex Erlinson won the clearance up towards Liam Patrick, but it went out of play. Boundary throw in, almost 5 minutes gone, second term. And it's the Wanderers that lead this one by 9 points. St Mary's won the game before this one, and Palmerston and the Buffaloes played out a draw. Both of those games live on AFL NTV, and we'll do it all again next week. A triple treat once again at TIO, and I noticed that 17th of January we've got another triple treat here at TIO. It's good fun, but I think that the ABC will have a few of those games as well. Meantime, Miles, very short, finds Leslie Moroney, young fella for the Wanderers, goes up. Mitchell Taylor, measured build up here from the Eagles, the Muck-Mucks, the Wanderers, whatever you want to call them.
And look for Liam Patrick here. No, good lead by Cook.
And the mark is taken. Now, Adam Cook, we know that...
I think the umpire wants him to kick it from that shed, the other side of the fence.
Oh, he went in board and found Thomas Motlop, who didn't take the mark, but the umpire said that there was a free kick forthcoming. So Thomas Motlop, this is a chance for him to draw level on the goal-kicking table, I believe, Dale.
No, he's at the right end of the ground. I think he's better at in the forward line. Loves a goal. Thomas Motlop, beautiful set shot. And expect him now to miss after I've given him a wrap.
In he comes as he got the distance. Not quite, didn't have the accuracy either, and it's punched through for a minus score.
It's quite interesting there. Didn't make the distance from about 45 metres, so that blustery wind may have returned.
We look at the flags in the distance, and there is still a bit of movement in the flags, so it's not as still as it looks here on camera as that one comes out wide. Jordan Jeffrey did well to affect that and then got one in the head, and Billy Barton is furious. He's not happy about it. Have a look at him. He's filthy, old Billy.
He really should be filthy at himself, because that was always going to be a free.
And this one's inside 50 now. Sam Arthur couldn't quite gather it. Now Barton crashes his way through. Spills out the Bombers' way though. And Owen Jr. kicks up towards...
Has to be a goal, yeah.
This should be a goal. Miles over the top. And here comes a goal. Mark is taken. And Liddy kicks his second. The Bombers are back within 4 points.
And it all started there with Billy Barton. He barged his way through that pack there. One possession for the Bombers. Had to make up for that free kick that he was very, very unhappy with, and generated an easy goal for the Bombers, and, well, back within 4 points.
Hodgson.
Can we see 2 draws in one day?
Wow. Jeez. I don't think we could see it. The larynx couldn't deal with it though. 4-1-25 the Bombers, 4-5-29 the Muck-Mucks, the Eagles, the Wanderers, after 8.5 minutes in the second term on AFL NTV. We hope you're enjoying the coverage. If we've got anyone watching internationally, we always love to hear about that, where you're watching from. There's plenty of people I know that they'll love to go overseas on an overseas trip, and you know, they just can't get enough of their AFL NTV action, so they tune in from Papua New Guinea or wherever you go on your overseas.
Or a beach on the Greek islands with the iPad there, just laying on the beach, sunbaking.
Exactly. So let us know where you're watching from. Just drop us a tweet. We've had people from all over the world tweet us in, and we get the YouTube analytics which backs that up. We had viewers in Israel last week. We had viewers in all across Europe, the Americas, South America. We've had viewers all around. Puerto Rico, I think, is one of our most popular spots, and I'll actually put that stat up on the Facebook page to back that up. It's actually one of our most popular spots.
Well, I've always wanted to do the Roy and HG and say hello, Bolivia.
Well, hopefully there's a few Bolivians watching. If you're watching in Bolivia, let us know. Meantime, Cook flies high, can't quite take the mark. It comes off hands. Brad Vassell spills out. Joel Cabillo Thomas Motlop gives a don't argue and then puts it inside 50, coming back with the flight. Liam Patrick can't quite take it. Cook got the handball off just in time. Aaron Motlop from the boundary hooks it over his shoulder. Leslie Moroney flies, couldn't quite come down with it at ground level. Dion Munkara, his clearing kick looks pretty good. It hits up Henry Owen Jr. and suddenly the Bombers are away on this grandstand side. All they have to do is take the mark. Daniels Heenan didn't take it but gathered at ground level, runs his full measure, puts it up. Liddy and also Daniel Motlop, who had 10 metres advantage on Matthias Liddy, but they're not out of trouble yet. Daniel Motlop couldn't quite gather the footy. Liddy's thereabouts. He couldn't pick it up. Papunga Miri goes in there, and things are brought to a standstill. Brad Vassal's at the bottom of it all. Surprise, surprise, and a ball up. 4 points the difference, 4-5-29. 4-5-29 plays 4-1-25 on AFL NTV. Free kick and a 50 coming from that one. Dale, what was that for?
I don't know.
I don't know.
But as I always say, the umpire is always closer.
So free kick and no 50. The umpire was just backing away from that one. VV to Taylor.
No better man to have in charge than Noons out there running around.
Oh, Erlinson's kick to VV, and Miles got him right back. Welcome back, Neil. Coming back from a knee injury. Missing a few weeks, and he just copped a nice little knee to the back then. Thomas Motlop.
It was interesting, he was the runner last week, wasn't he, Dave? And didn't have the knee tape to run, so it's obviously a jumping or a landing type injury.
We saw him running out to Shane Thorne a few times last week, but there was a few reports in that game. Shane Thorne, certainly not one of them. He's a changed man, Shane Thorne. We've seen him in previous years gone by, lose his cool, but he's starting to really mature as a player.
And he really is a barometer, I think, for Wanderers. If Shane Thorne's up and about and firing, Wanderers are usually winning.
Boundary throw in at half forward for the Mucks. Miles tapped down was brilliant. Straight to Height, who kicked it out of the congestion. Wanamiri tried to tap it on. Not to any avail, though. Mitch Taylor handballed it on the dive. Moroney. Now Jared Erlinson, JJ Motlop, but coming through Bradley Palapamini. Was that high on Patrick? Umpire said no. Play on Joel Cabillo off the ground. Jason Purantatamiri. That kick goes towards the fullback position. Billy Barden came out to meet it. They're overusing the footy, the Bombers, a little bit here. And Shane Thorne comes through and takes the intercept mark. The kick was intended for Stephen Miles. He couldn't take it, though. And Thorne, the man that Dale Fletcher from NT News dubbed the barometer, has taken the intercept mark.
Yeah, well, it was a little bit risk. A little bit of risk there by the Bombers. They overused it a lot then, and could cost them a goal. But then also they're renowned to use their chip kicks to generate forward play. But could be very costly here.
In he comes and he bangs it through. Shane Thorne extends the margin for the Mucks, the Eagles, the Wanderers, 5-5-35. They lead the Bombers 4-1-25. 10 points in it on AFL NTV. We haven't had any tweets come in on the hashtag as yet, so make sure you send us a tweet. Hashtag AFL NTV, particularly if you're watching from a different hemisphere or different. Looks up, sees Cook, and goes to him. Didn't take the mark though. Adam Tippenwoody, I should say. Albert not out there today. And Turin Petrie, cut off though. Was that high on JJ Motlop? Umpire says yes, it was. Paul Scanlon gave away the free kick.
It would have tickled. Caught one right in the mush there. But has to go back and kick this goal because a goal here and the alarm bells would be going off in Willie Rioli's coach's box, I'd say.
Margin's 10 points, and it hasn't swelled to much more than this during this game. And now JJ Motlop with a chance to go back from this free kick. He's already got one today. Stuttering approach, just inside 50. High kick, not going to have the distance. Billy Barden makes sure it goes out of play. Boundary throw-in.
Really, the effort around the packs by the Bombers, I personally feel has to increase a little bit. Mason is getting the taps, but not to the right people, I think. There's another one.
Yep. He won it down. Scanlon over the footy. JJ Motlop this time. Did he give away the free kick? Umpire said no. Umpire said holding the ball. Oh, geez. Paul Scanlon will be furious. So he's given away 2 free kicks, and both of them have gone to JJ Motlop. 50. And this is 50. So a certain goal coming up here for the Muck Mucks. 5-5-35 will become 6-5-41. Courtesy of a free kick and 50-metre penalty against Paul Scanlon.
I know Scanlon would have been disinterested and very unhappy with the decision, but to put a man who was going to have a shot for goal from the fence right into the goal square and make it a certain goal was just unforgivable.
Was that a drop kick from JJ? It was a cheeky little kick. That's all we know. It didn't got about a metre off the ground.
There's a little bit of showboating in there.
And just to make sure that everyone knows that it was a very easy goal. So 6-5-41. The Muck Mucks. Bombers 4-1-25. 16 points in it. No tweets in from Ben Cocker, the Wanderers president. He's usually one that loves the AFL NTV coverage, or doesn't necessarily love it. He enjoys heckling us on Twitter. Meantime, Xavier Cabillo, the young man, in for his first game. It's in dispute, but the Muck Mucks might find a way through Ferreira. He's thereabouts. Erlinson and Scanlon. Got the handball back, and now Adam Tipungwuti. He looks wide. Wants Ozzy Wanamiri to run onto this one. He does. Little underground handball. Didn't quite find the target. Wanamiri tries to go back and mop things up as well. Far side of the ground. Ferreira once again involved. And eventually the umpire calling for the footy. Dion Munkara down the bottom of that pack. 19 and a half minutes gone. Beautiful view of the NT News scoreboard, with thanks to TIO as well, our major sponsors. And there's a 50-metre penalty. It's going to go the Muck Mucks' way. Ferreira with the footy in his hand at the moment.
This little bit of ill discipline by the Bombers here really could lead them astray. They can't afford to give the goals to Wanderers on a platter.
Goes short, finds the target, and that's downfield. Now there's a bit of discipline. There's a few discipline problems here for the Bombers. And it's going to be a downfield free kick. And it's going to go to Jordan Jeffrey from about 10 metres out on an angle that's just worse than 45 degrees.
The best seat in the house for this one. We are right behind Jeffrey.
The reverse angle. Jordan Jeffrey comes in and he misses. Oh, he's hit something in the background there in the Michael Long sound. See the footy just rolling in the background there. Bombers trying to clear defence. Turin Petrie. They trail by 17 points. And we've ticked into time on. Dion Munkara. You feel the Bombers need a late one, Dale?
No, they definitely do.
Mason.
They just need to get some of the possession here. They need to get the game back on their terms. They haven't had that real chip passing game plan to date, and they really need to to get a bit of the pill.
Palapamini's kick intended for Papungamiri, but it's going back the other way. Clever little handball there from Joel Cabillo, and the Muck-Mucks are back inside 50. Oh, Jordan Jeffrey just caused some collateral damage in the end. And Taryn Petrie's down.
Well, Jordan Jeffrey there flew from about 9 rows back, and Taryn Petrie had no idea it was coming and copped it right in the mush.
Mullins and Cook going on with things off the ball. Meantime, Jason Purantanamiri, there was the left foot, Dale. And it went straight to the wing. Christian Height was being held on to. Have they got time? Almost 22 minutes gone. Hands off. Henry Owen Jr. kicks inside 50. Can they find a mark? Liddy, very nearly. Someone came back with the flight and is down. Who's that? Spills out. Meantime, the Muck-Mucks go out of defence, and Brad Vassell almost takes the mark. Close attention from Dion Munkara. Did well to get around him and then kicked up towards half forward. Chance here for Liddy. He's got numbers in board if he can just get around them. He goes up towards Roy Farmer. Farmer sees them in board, and he managed to pick out Daniel Motlop amongst 3 of the Tiwi Bombers. So unlucky there for the Bombers, but they might get lucky here. Farmer with another opportunity. Handballs inside 50, and now a shot around the corner there is good. Lindsay Marine kicks his second of the night.
Well, Lindsay Marine's definitely bounced back, because he was a man who copped it just moments ago. He was on all fours and finally got to his feet, and the ball landed in his lap, and he snapped a goal.
It's an amazing recovery. Lindsay Marine, he was down for the count moments ago, and now he's a dual goal kicker in this match. And more importantly, the Bombers are back within 11 points, less than 2 goals going in towards the half-time break on AFLN. Now Height takes the mark from the quick clearing kick. Can the Bombers snare another late one? They've got it at half-back. Height maybe not in any rush. A lateral to Petrie.
If the Bombers can snare a late one before half-time, they will go into the rooms very happy indeed.
And now Paul Scanlon, there's the half-time siren. They won't get that goal. But at half-time, it's the Muck-Mucks, the Eagles, the Wanderers, 6-6-42, leading the Bombers, 5-1-31. That quarter went 25 minutes, and all the players are coming off the ground without any incident. So we'll be back after the half-time break. More action on AFLN TV very shortly. Stick with us, because we've got another grandstand finish in store.
After a hard day's work, you deserve it. When you're catching up with mates, you deserve it. Grabbing a bite with the missus, you deserve it. But drive after a few, you deserve it. A road safety message from TIO.
Do you know a family in crisis? Contact the North Australian Aboriginal Family Violence Legal Service. We provide legal advice, representation, referral services and support to family and community. Break the chains of family violence today. Healing NT Families. For more information, call us today.
Patrons are reminded that TIO Stadium is strictly a non-smoking venue and that patrons wishing to smoke must use the areas provided.
For Territorians, the roads are more than bitumen. They connect us. For TIO, it's the same. For taking us on safe journeys, for travelling free, for twists and turns, for turning the corner, for taking you back to health. Road safety for Territorians.
Amart Sports is your home of great sports with all the gear you need. Get a massive range of fitness, cycling, sporting equipment and games with clothing for any reason and footwear for all the seasons. From the biggest sporting brands in the world for the very best prices guaranteed. If you're a footy fanatic or a freak for fitness, relish the racket or bikes are your business, Amart Sports has got you covered with 50 stores Australia-wide. For a great range of great brands at great prices, get in store or shop online at Amart Sports today.
Stop heat stress before it starts. Geminex has a wide range of hydration products, including camelbacks and cooling vests, eskies and coolers, rehydration drinks and accessories, all designed to ensure your safety in the sun. For a limited time, purchase a box of 20 Squincher 3.8 litre powder concentrate sachets and receive 2 3.8 litre coolers absolutely free while stocks last. Rehydrate, restore and recharge at Geminex, Winnelli and Pinelands.
What did he say? He says you can see quite well.
Every eye is an eye. When you're doing the surgery there, that is just as important as if you were doing eye surgery on the Prime Minister or the King.
Yeah. He's going to be all right.
Hello, Dave Kennedy from AFL NTV with an insight into the Premier League. Well, have a look at that. Nightcliff are on top of the ladder and half a game clear from St Mary's. Who would have thought that before the season? Southern Districts, their good win last weekend sees them still in outright third. And then we get gridlock. Palmerston 2 points clear in fourth. Buffaloes, Tiwi and Wanderers all tied on 16 points. Waratah, well, they're stuck on that one win. New leader on the goal-kicking table as well. Willie Farah hits the front, 32 goals. Thomas Motlop had a new role last week at half-back, so he didn't contribute many on 31 goals. Darren Ewing back into the side for St Mary's today, 26 goals. And a Tiger duo, Gibson Turner and Dion Gordon, make up the top five.
Hello everyone. Every week the ABC broadcast team picks its dream team from all the matches played in the previous round. Here's our dream team from round 10. From the forward line, Jesse Aish, Waratahs, Cameron Islet, St Mary's at full forward, Robert Hicks, Nightcliff in the forward pocket. The half forward line, Roy Farmer, Tiwi Bombers, Keaton Holt Tubbs, Palmerston, Thomas Motlop, Wanderers. The centre line, Shannon Rioli, St Mary's, Brad Vassell, Wanderers, Christian Papertalk, Southern Districts. The half-back line, Rupert Papungamiri from the Tiwi Bombers, Ryan Semmel from the Tiwi Bombers, and Albert Simpson from Southern Districts. The full-back line, Jordan Wilson, King Darwin, Justin Bugler, Waratahs, and Michael Bowden, Southern Districts. The rucks, Seb Gilhouse, Nightcliff, Aaron Lonigan, Palmerston, and Cameron Stokes from Darwin. And the interchange players, Will Farrer from Southern Districts, Aaron Pollard from Darwin, Adam Cook from Wanderers, and Caleb Hart, Nightcliff. And the coach of the ABC Round 10 Dream Team is Shannon Rusker from Southern Districts.
After a hard day's work, you deserve it. When you're catching up with mates, you deserve it. Grabbing a bite with the missus, you deserve it. But drive after a few, you deserve it. A road safety message from TIO.
Do you know a family in crisis? Contact the North Australian Aboriginal Family Violence Legal Service. We provide legal advice, representation, referral services and support to family and community. Break the chains of family violence today. Healing NT Families. For more information, call us today.
For Territorians, the roads are more than bitumen. They connect us. For TIO, it's the same. For taking us on safe journeys, for travelling free, for twists and turns, for turning the corner, for taking you back to health. Road safety for Territorians.
AFL Northern Territory are committed to providing a safe environment for all patrons. To report any antisocial behaviour, text the issue and your location to 0498 062 213. Please note, responses cannot be sent.
Amart Sports is your home of great sports with all the gear you need. Get a massive range of fitness, cycling, sporting equipment and games with clothing for any reason and footwear for all the seasons. From the biggest sporting brands in the world for the very best prices guaranteed. If you're a footy fanatic or a freak for fitness, relish the racket or bikes are your business. Amart Sports has got you covered with 50 stores Australia-wide. For a great range of great brands at great prices, get in store or shop online at Amart Sports today.
Stop heat stress before it starts. Geminex has a wide range of hydration products, including camelbacks and cooling vests, eskies and coolers, rehydration drinks and accessories, all designed to ensure your safety in the sun. For a limited time, purchase a box of 20 Squincher 3.8 litre powder concentrate sachets and receive 2 3.8 litre coolers absolutely free while stocks last. Rehydrate, restore and recharge at Geminex, Winnelli and Pinelands.
What did he say? He says you can see quite well.
Every eye is an eye. When you're doing the surgery there, that is just as important as if you were doing eye surgery on the Prime Minister or the King.
Yeah. He's going to be all right.
Hello and welcome back to TIO Stadium, the second half of the final game here at TIO Stadium for the day between Wanderers and the Tiwi Bombers is about to get underway. It's the Muck-Mucks that lead by 11 points. Dave Kennedy joining you here with Dale Fletcher from NT News. It's been a pretty big day. We had a quick chat to the Wanderers president Ben Cocker at half-time, who was very excited about the 4 boys under the age of 17 for the Muck-Mucks: Leslie Moroney, Xavier Cabillo, Davin Ferreira, and of course Jordan Jeffrey. And they're getting the job done at the moment. 11 points in it. More importantly for them, it's 12 scoring shots to 6, so that shows the dominance of the Muck-Mucks thus far. But we'll have to wait and see how everything pans out in the second half. We're just about to get underway on AFL NTV. Make sure that you let everyone know that the coverage is live and exclusive on AFL NTV as the Bombers go forward. Bradley Palapamini's involved. Did he get one high? He threw the head back as if he did. Umpire said no, that was Lindsay Marine, I should say. And there is a free kick, but it's not going to Marine, it's going to Aussie Wanamiri. So this could be the start that the Bombers need, Dale.
Indeed, the perfect start. The Bombers, their straight kicking really has kept them in the game. In the first half, only 6 scoring shots for 5 goals, and the Muck-Mucks will they rue their missed chances in the second quarter? This will be the ideal start for Tiwi.
In comes Aussie Wanamiri. Important kick. He usually does well with these, but not on that occasion. Eventually they force it out of play though, and a boundary throw-in is the result.
We really have seen some shocking kicks for goal today, haven't we? It's been a disease. So about to be brought back into play.
Spills down, Motlop's there, that's Jerome Motlop, so is Jared Erlinson. He gathers, goes over the top, only as far as height, couple of don't argues, handballs out, Paul Scanlon, he couldn't quite find clear running room. Jared Erlinson onto the loose footy, kicks it up, only as far as Lindsay Marine, feigned the handball. Jared Erlinson in there once again, there's a whistle though, and it's a free kick, and it's going to go to Lindsay Marine, right on the 50, probably test his distance from there. He goes backwards, only as far as Dion Munkara, kicks inside 50, no mark taken, it spills out the back. The Mucks kick out of defence momentarily. Marine's there once again, little one off the ground. No one able to gain clear possession. It's still in dispute at the top of the Tiwi 50. Eventually the umpire calling for order. Umpire Mark Noonan, isn't it there, Dale?
I think so, the best in the business.
It certainly is, as he's one of the most committed men you'll ever meet. Henry Owen Jr. kicks up to the top of the square. Bonamiri takes it one-handed. And just listen to the applause there.
Yeah, great great mark. Probably would have been a free kick too, but Aussie Wanamiri had his name written all over that ball the moment the ball came in, and well, this will be the perfect start.
Austin Wanamiri goes bang! And the Bombers are back within a kick. 6-1-37. They trail the Wanderers 6-6-42, but the margin is just 5 points on AFL NTV, and we'll say it once again, Dale, we've got the close one.
Yeah, we definitely have, and it's a lot closer than the second game when St Mary's just absolutely destroyed Nightcliff by to the tune of 20-odd goals, but straight kicking by the Bombers has kept them in this game, and well, only 5 points now. If the Eagles really need to step up, they haven't even taken the ball inside their 50 yet this quarter.
Well, Scanlon's trying to win the ball from the clearance once again. Christian Height, those two names have been absolute stalwarts for the Tiwi Bombers. Dion Munkara, another name that may even be a premiership player with the Bombers, as this one goes out of play, boundary throw in. So a bit of experience and some old heads coming to the fort here. Back into play. Just reading it best. There is Petrie. Kicks across the face of goal, and Matthias Liddy takes a mark, and we know that he's got a booming kick on him. In fact, that was Josh Finch, I should have said, that kicked it to him.
Yeah, it was just a perfectly weighted pass, wasn't it, Dave? And it is a booming kick, and he's got to run up longer than Jeff Lawson here. He's back at centre wing.
Well, here we go. The crowd claps him in. In comes Matthias Liddy. The slow clap has begun. This is to put the Bombers in front after they've trailed for most of the game. Matthias Liddy bangs it through. The Bombers are in front early in the third quarter. And they lead this one by a point, 7-1-43. Wanderers, 6-6-42. We've got the close one, Dale.
Yes, it's a sensational goal there by Liddy. No one all day has covered the 50-metre arc to the left of screen, but the wind's clearly died down as the sun has set, and well, Liddy, sensational goal, and well, two in a matter of minutes, and the Bombers, they're on the march.
They certainly are, and there's been a few old heads in the middle of the ground that have helped them out. Dion Munkara sends it forward. Liddy again takes the mark on his chest. He thought about going short, but maybe he's going to go back for that epic run-up again to extend the margin.
Well, at this rate, he'll end up at the half-back flank. But
plenty of advice from the crowd.
why are we even doubting this great man who's just kicked one from 60?
He's got a booming right foot kick. We just saw that before. Liddy goes bang once again. Has he got the distance again? Oh, we should never have questioned him. Liddy kicks two in a minute, and the Bombers are clear.
Well, there, you used the basketball pun, Dave Kennedy. That was from downtown, wasn't it? Two in 40 seconds, 3 in a minute. Bombers absolutely on fire, and have to thank Matthias Liddy.
Oh, it's been an epic start to this, the final quarter of footy. Oh, sorry, the third quarter of... I'm getting ahead of myself, Dale. The third quarter of footy. And Matthias Liddy has single-handedly put the Bombers back in front. And was that a free kick at half forward? The umpire says no, play on. And what's going on here? Another ball up.
But it's really the midfield from the Bombers that have really come to play after half-time. The Eagles really haven't had a sniff.
Another ball up here. And just having a look at the goal kickers. Liddy's got 2 this quarter, and Austin Wanamiri, the other goal kicker. As the Muck-Mucks get a reprieve here. Davin Ferreira just sends him out of trouble. Big one over the top there from Patrick, knocks it forward. No one able to get onto the loose footy. Billy Barton just hacks it off the ground. And was that high? Umpire says no, and then says that the second part of the action was in the back.
There's the young fella on debut.
Xavier Cabillo.
Aaron Motlop's been pretty quiet in his return to the side.
He has been, but you know, we always expect him to step up in the clinches. As this one's moved even wider still. And that one goes even wider of the mark once again, and it's going to be a free kick to Scanlon.
Yeah, it was way too wide. I don't know what the Eagles are doing there moving forward. They've got all the guns down there. They've got Cook, they've got Patrick, they've got Thorne. Really need to go more direct.
Mark is taken by Miles. But it's turned over. Now the Muck-Mucks go inside 50. Flying effort there, not to any avail for Jordan Jeffrey. Waiting down at the back of the pack. Dion Munkara wants to switch things up and come towards the grandstand side. That's a beautiful kick. He found Bradley Palapamini, who wants to go wider still. Henry Owen Jr. Is he going to take off? He tried to take off, but he was floored there by young Davin Ferreira. Got the handball out and then tried to crash his way through his JJ Motlop. He's brought to a standstill. The umpire said you got him high. It wasn't JJ Motlop, it was Nook Mansell, I should say.
Definitely ducked his chutney into that one, Nook Mansell.
Mansell certainly found a nook right behind, right between the arm and stomach there of Owen Jr. Good juggling mark taken by Liam Patrick. And then a little one over the top. Oh, did everything but mark it, Sam Arthur. He found the right position, got hands to the footy and just dropped it right at the last minute. Gave Hyde a chance to get on the loose footy and then kicked close to the boundary line. Centimetre perfect stuff from Christian Hyde. Went to Owen Jr., back to Hyde. Now, we used to call Christian Hyde the oxymoron. Dale? You're
yes.
Sports editor, you like your words. Christian Hyde.
If there's anything corny, I'm always in love with it.
Jared Erlinson's going to get a free kick for out of bounds on the full. And sends Wanderers up towards the 50. No mark taken. Comes off hands. And Bradley Palapamini just cleans things up. Jason Purantatamiri wider still to Rin Petrie. Gathers close to the boundary line. Cook makes sure he earns his kick. And then kick goes up towards half forward for the Muck-Mucks. Turned over though. Eagles trying to come back through the corridor. Looking for options. It eventually spills out. The umpire's found a free kick though. Advantage given. And a shot on goal is left of the mark. So just a minor score there.
Just yet another behind to that left-hand side of the goals to the left of screen. That's had so many today.
Neil VV did well to stop Adam Tippenwoody. And then the umpire says that Tippenwoody tackled him illegally. So well done to big Neil VV on that occasion. Then his kick was good. It found Sam Arthur, who took the mark this time and got around his opponent. He kicked from the boundary line. Sam Arthur to the top of the square. Couldn't quite find a target. It's punched through. Minor score.
Did love that shimmy there by Sam Arthur.
Certainly did. 6-8-44. The Wanderers, 8-1-49 Tiwi Bombers, 5 points in it. That kick was partially affected there. And Some scrappy football being played at the moment. I should say Jerome Tippermantamiri. What's going on here?
I think there was a bit of an indiscretion while the ball was getting kicked. Ended up going out on the full, but it's probably a good reason too when you get dumped.
Christian Height, was that a throw? Umpire says yes. 5 points in it, and the Bombers have started this game with blistering pace.
It's a bit harshly done by, and there's probably the poetic justice, as they say.
Now Height, he put his head over the footy and just bounced off Stephen Miles. Little underground handball was good. Went the 1-2 with Farmer, and then, is that downfield? Just pushed after he kicked it was Jerome Tippermantamiri. He went down like a sack of potatoes, heard the whistle go, realised it was a free kick, got back to his feet and ran off the ground.
And that is a very good Gavin Wanganeen impersonation. That would have won a Logie, an Oscar, and probably a Golden Globe.
Austin Wanamiri's the recipient of the downfield free kick. The Bombers have been splendidly accurate.
This will take everything, this kick. Very tough angle.
We've got a pretty good view of it from our commentary box here on level 2. Wanamiri starts it right. It's not going to have the distance. There's flyers coming from everywhere. Vassal was the big flyer. He just couldn't quite come down with it. And a boundary throw in inside 50 for the Tiwi Bombers, who lead this one by 5 points. It's 14 scoring shots to 9. But it's the Bombers that lead this one. Height's thereabouts. There's plenty of players around it. The umpire calls for the footy. You can just see there on the back of the umpire's shirt, always wear your seatbelt. Make sure if you're heading out tonight, always wear your seatbelt. And whenever you're driving in the car, there's a free kick, is there? Umpire says yes. It's a shepherding free kick and it's going the Muck-Muck's way. Mitch Taylor takes the mark, inside defensive 50, wants to go wide. Thomas Motlop, the new defender for the Muck-Mucks. And then he goes further still, Alex Erlinson. They're just content to kick it around their defensive half at the moment. Thomas Motlop to JJ Motlop, and now Shane Thorne backwards of the wing.
Seems the Eagles are playing a little bit of Tiwi game plan right against Tiwi. So if there's any team that knows how to defend this, it'd be the Bombers.
And now they've found a mark across half back. Short kick there. Good, finds Bradley Palapamini.
Great find.
And now another good kick, as you mentioned. Daniels Heenan wants to move it on quickly, goes out wide. No mark is taken, but there's a free kick against Shane Thorne. And it's going to go to Kiranua, Vivian Kiranua, who goes in short. No mark taken by Meeson. It comes to ground. Still in dispute at half forward for the Bombers. Eventually it spills out to Shane Thorne. Just showed the footy to Meeson. And then went back on the left foot, up towards teammate there, Joel Cabillo. And then by hands to Liam Patrick. Promising build up here. Just waiting for numbers to drift back. Another chance, Joel Cabillo. The umpire said that he was dispossessed illegally, though holding the ball. Palapamini comes away with it, kicks in towards the middle of the ground. Didn't find a target though. Nook Mansell onto the loose footy. He kicks up towards half forward. Big punch coming over the top, and it spills out of play. Boundary throw in after a scrappy passage of play.
Yeah, well, the Bombers have done well, Dave. They've pushed a lot of numbers back in defence. So when the Muck-Mucks are going forward, there's probably 2 Wanderers players to against 5 Bombers players. So that's why the Eagles, for all the Eagles fans out there, that's why Wanderers aren't bombing the ball going forward.
So play just continuing on the wing there. Nook Mansell. Stephen Miles tried to tap it back to Mansell. Christian Height got involved. Brad Vassal close to the boundary line. And eventually the big spiral torpedo punt Inside 50 for the Wanderers. It might work out here. Trying to tap it onto his own advantage there. And not to any avail. Adam Cook thereabouts as well. And it spills out of play, but they gain some metres, valuable metres in territory.
They really do need a goal, the Eagles. They haven't kicked one this quarter, especially after, dominating the game in the second term.
Bombers win the clearance, but it's only as far... It's only cut off by the Muck-Mucks, I should say, and now a chance coming up for Davin Ferreira after a short pass to him.
Well, yeah, this is really a must goal for the Eagles. They have had the run of play in the second quarter, but the Bombers, to their credit, have come out after half-time absolutely flying, and this to put the Muck-Mucks back in front.
So Ferreira, only a young man, less than 17 years of age. He comes in, he got pretty close to the man on the mark and just pulled it to the left, minus score. So they've kicked 4 behinds this quarter, Dale. 6-9, plays 8-1. So 45 plays 49, 4 points the difference. It's a very short kick in. It's marked by Mullins. There's a head. And a short kick there. Finds Turin Petrie. He's got it right, just backwards of the wing. Asking some players to run towards him. Eventually Farmer does just that. And takes the mark on the lead. So Roy Farmer.
Real congested wing here. It's a big fly needed.
There's Ferreira, did very well in close, got it to Jared Erlinson, who kicked it up towards centre-half forward. Adam Cook took the mark. We know that distance not a problem for him, but he elects to kick shorter still. Good fly there from Jordan Jeffrey, didn't quite come down with it. Billy Barden, clearing kick in towards the corridor. It's dangerous, but it might come off. Rupert Papungamiri runs onto the loose footy. Where's the don't argue? He got around one, handballed into space. Thorne was aware of it though, gathered the loose pill. Got it to VV, to Thomas Motlop, inside 50. Big fly, Jeffrey again. Crunch the pack, waiting down. Ferreira kicks the goal and puts the Muck-Mucks back in front.
Brilliant roving by Ferreira. And the first dribble file entry that
legitimate
has worked. So it can be done. The first one of the day. Probably there's been about 700,000 that have failed, but no, great roving there by Ferreira, and a much needed goal by the Eagles to put their noses back in front, especially with 16 scoring shots to 9.
Well, we'll quickly go through the goal kickers. Matthias Liddy has 4 goals for the Bombers. Lindsay Maureen 2. Singles to Aussie Wanamiri, Rupert Papungamiri. For the Muck-Mucks, Jerome Motlop has 2. And singles to Aaron Motlop, Liam Patrick, Shane Thorne, Adam Cook, and now Davin Ferreira. As we get a secondary ball up from the stoppage. It's the Muck-Mucks by 2 points on AFL NTV. We hope you're enjoying the coverage. As Rupert Papungamiri just tried to dive on the loose footy. The umpire says he got one in the back. And maybe unlucky not to get 50 there, the Bombers, as the ball somehow made its way to half back.
Look out for Wanamiri. Willie Rioli Senior's obviously pushed his gun, former AFL player, to full forward, and he's got a pretty handy opponent there in Daniel Motlop. No, Motlop's just... He's playing the loose man in defence, Daniel Motlop, trying to marshal the troops.
Jeez.
And he failed dismally there.
Vivian Kiranua took the mark, and Vivi is absolutely furious on the mark about that. He just floated down from the centre of the ground. He's sort of in two minds at the moment. Someone thought about running past. In the end, Kiranua just kicked from the 50. Daniel Motlop couldn't take it. Height in the goal square. Taps it back into play. It's still in dispute. Jared Erlinson almost dispossessed. Thorne comes back together. sees it out of play, boundary throw in. And just have a look at that, just a little bit of a hug and a make-up there from Shane Thorne and Aussie Watamiri. You love to see that. The best of competitors, but both happy to make up after. And then now VV comes away. Dion Munkara tries to tap it in front of himself. Good work, Leslie Moroney. But Roy Farmer was onto the loose footy. Got it to Billy Barden, tried to sell candy. Roy Farmer, another opportunity. Kicks to centre half forward. It's a dangerous kick, but it might come off for the Bombers. It's a good mark taken by Bradley Palapamini. And he's got big Stephen Miles to contend with Jonathan Miles, I should say, on the mark. He's going to have to kick over the top of him. Palapamini, it might not be a problem for him. Oh, we've seen some big set shots from downtown. The Bombers love them from outside 50.
Geez, that is a booming goal there by Palapamini. He's seen and raised Liddy's both efforts. That was a booming kick. It just got the distance, and it was good presence of mind for the Wanderers to have the big ruckman Jono Miles on the mark, but not to be. Just a 6-pointer just from fingertips away from the defence.
So 1 goal for the Wanderers have kicked this quarter. The Bombers, well, they kicked 4 goals straight, Dale. And they're back in front now by 4 points on AFL NTV as the Muck-Mucks go forward once again. Inside 50, Cook almost takes a very strong mark. He pounced on the footy, couldn't quite gather. And the Bombers come away. Kick out towards Lindsay Marine. Takes the mark close to the boundary. Wants to go inboard for Scanlon. Set him a task. He did well though. Took the mark coming back with the flight. He's got Papungamiri in the middle. He goes but wider still to the goal kicker Bradley Palapamini. Now to Papungamiri. Now he gave the handball off. Dion Munkara. He liked it off the boot and he hit the post. So a bit of an anti-climax there. But geez, the Bombers are playing some exciting footy, as are the Muck-Mucks. And there's just 5 points the difference on AFL NTV. There's a kick in. Papungamiri got in the way of Patrick though, and he took the mark coming back with the flight. How's the kick inside 50? Daniel Motlop leads the chase to the footy. He took the mark and kept on running and then kicked it out wide. It's a 3-on-1. Jordan Jeffrey has many to contend with. Jason Puruntatamiri sees it out of play. It's actually a good result there for Jordan because the Muck-Mucks gain 70, 80 metres in territory and they get a stoppage at their end of the ground.
Well, vital few last minutes here in this third quarter to see which side can get the momentum going into what is going to be a crucial last term.
Ferreira, geez, he's been good this quarter for the Muck-Mucks. He kicks up towards centre half forward, but it's all over. There's the 3-quarter time siren. At 3-quarter time, we have a change in the lead. The Bombers are leading this one, 9-2-56. The Muck-Mucks, 7-9-51. 24.5 minutes that quarter went. And there is just 1 quarter of footy left here on the triple treat at TIO. It's been a cracking day, and we've got another cracking finish. Dale Fletcher from NT News. AFL NTV action back very soon. Stick with us and tell your mates.
After a hard day's work, you deserve it. When you're catching up with mates, you deserve it. Grabbing a bite with the missus, you deserve it. But drive after a few, you deserve it. A road safety message from TIO.
Do you know a family in crisis? Contact the North Australian Aboriginal Family Violence Legal Service. We provide legal advice, representation, referral services and support to family and community. Break the chains of family violence today. Healing NT Families. For more information, call us today.
For Territorians, The roads are more than bitumen. They connect us. For TIO, it's the same. For taking us on safe journeys, for travelling free, for twists and turns, for turning the corner, for taking you back to health. Road safety for Territorians.
Kmart Sports is your home of great sports with all the gear you need. Get a massive range of fitness, cycling, sporting equipment and games with clothing for any reason and footwear for all the seasons. From the biggest sporting brands in the world for the very best prices guaranteed. If you're a footy fanatic or a freak for fitness, relish the racket or bikes are your business. Kmart Sports has got you covered with 50 stores Australia-wide. For a great range of great brands at great prices, get in store or shop online at Kmart Sports today.
Stop heat stress before it starts. Geminex has a wide range of hydration products, including camelbacks and cooling vests, eskies and coolers, rehydration drinks and accessories, all designed to ensure your safety in the sun. For a limited time, purchase a box of 20 Squincher 3.8 litre powder concentrate sachets and receive 2 3.8 litre coolers absolutely free while stocks last. Rehydrate, restore and recharge at Geminex, Winnelli and Pinelands.
What did he say? He says you can see quite well.
Every eye is an eye. When you're doing the surgery there, that is just as important as if you were doing eye surgery on the Prime Minister or the King.
Yeah. He's going to be all right.
Well, granted, it is starting to get late, and top-end tweets are questioning whether West gets it most of the way there, but it's another minus score. First score of the final quarter goes to the Wanderers, 7-10, 52. And the Bombers, 9-2, 56. 4 points the difference. The Bombers leading this one, and they've already cleared their defensive 50. Here's Lindsay Marine. He's got a couple of goals to his name. He takes 2 bounces, runs to 50, drills it into the pocket. Liddy, he's got 4. Now he's got 5. Liddy kicks another one. He extends the margin for the Bombers. They go coast to coast, and the margin's out to 10 points.
Oh, yeah, and Mitchell Taylor hangs his head in shame. That's A great goal by Lilly. It really should have been punched through or cleared there by Mitchell Taylor and the Wanderers, but well, he got an early Christmas present right there. Bag of 5 goals, and especially that goal, which could be it's an important goal, extends the margin to 10 points, and we all know what the Tiwi Bombers do when they get their confidence up. They kick away.
Finch in close, got the handball out. JJ Motlop was all wrapped up and a ball up. 2.5 minutes gone, final term, and it's the Bombers by 10 points on AFL NTV. They've been the much straighter team in front of goals, and that's what they say in footy. Good straight kicking is good kicking, and we can see that on the scoreboard as the Bombers work it around their defensive 50. They want to move it out towards this grandstand side. Pura Tatamiri almost took the catch while stationary after a big fly. Didn't quite gather though. JJ Motlop, he flicked a handball out to Shane Thorne, who's got Sam Arthur free in the pocket. He takes the mark, and a very important kick for young Sam Arthur coming up.
And brilliant vision by Shane Thorne. I think there's only one player on the ground that knew that Sam Arthur was free, and that was, luckily for Wanderers fans, Shane Thorne, and he had the ball in his hand. So this is a crucial kick.
In comes Arthur. From 20 metres out, he kicks the goal. Sam Arthur kicks the goal, and there's just 4 points in it. Once again, back to less than one kick in the Wanderers Tiwi game here at TIO.
Well, it's going to be a grandstand finish, isn't it, Dave? Wanderers, they really needed that goal, another goal to the Bombers, and they would have had their hands on the points, I reckon. So much needed goal by Arthur for Wanderers, and just brilliant vision again by Shane Thorne. Set up here by the Bombers. They've got all their midfielders on the defensive side, with only Liam Patrick ready to fly from the right.
Terrible bounce there, and it's going to be recalled.
Have to go out to the middle there, Dave, and see if the ground is flat at all, because the poor umpires they haven't been bouncing it straight all day.
Tough conditions for them as well, I'd assume, with that wind. As the Eagles go forward, Thomas Motlop, Sam Arthur again. He pounces on the loose footy. 2 in a minute maybe for Sam. No, this one goes well wide of the mark. And it misses, so just a minor score.
And I really think last week's gritty win against the Buffs will have the Wanderers in good stead here, especially when it gets close right at the end of this game.
Well, they're in the right place. They're inside 50. We saw them kick goals from these situations in the last game. Thomas Motlop just found a way through and kicked on goal. It went to the right. A minor score, 8-11. They're making their way in behinds. 8-11-59. The Muck-Mucks. 10-62 the Bombers. 3 points in it. The draw seems unlikely at this stage. Here's Paul Scanlon.
And the Eagles have really got the forward press on here. Everyone's up, trying to man up, but if the ball gets out the back, the Bombers are gonna score a major.
Billy Barden up towards Finch, edged Vassell under the footy, and then gathered on the bounce. He kicks up towards Liddy. It's a very open forward line. Liddy trapped that. Then he went left, right, put it inside 50. Wants someone to run onto the footy. Oh, was that high there? Lindsay Marine, umpire says yes, it was. Always difficult.
I think he might have made it a little bit worse than what it actually was.
Well, he's still able to take the kick, so it means that he's all right.
Faked, yes, I can say it.
Banana from Marine, and it goes right across the face of goal, out of bounds on the full.
And probably just desserts. And as we see,
What can the Bombers produce now, Dale? That's the question. There is just 2 points in it on AFL NTV.
No, it definitely is the Eagles there. I think Cook is the danger man down forward, especially one out there, and you can see John O'Miles has also gone down there to to stretch the Bombers' defence. So, and Thomas Motlop's in there too. So the Eagles forward line can win this game right now because they're trying to stretch the Bombers' defence. They just need it to get the ball forward.
So if we have a result in this game, that team that wins will move into the top 5. But for now, it's Bradley Palapamini putting the Bombers inside 50. Marine did everything but take the mark. Then he kicked one around the corner. No mark is taken. Liddy might try and pounce on the loose footy here. It comes out in the end to Henry Owen Jr., who kicks the goal. Bombers back in front.
Now, this is the shootout I was talking about in the first quarter. End-to-end stuff. It's fantastic. And I thought Liddy had number 6 there. I thought it was going to fall into his hands, but in the end, it was a great goal by Henry Owen Jr.
Well,
the seesaw.
Goal for goal at the moment.
The seesaw definitely continues.
11-3, 69. The Tiwi Bombers. Wanderers 9-11, 65. And we've played just under 10 minutes, and there is one man here at the stadium that is more vocal than everyone put together. And it's not me. It's a bloke in the crowd.
He is going ape droppings.
Absolutely loving it at the moment. We're having a few technical difficulties according to some of our punters, so we apologise for that, but hopefully just give it a refresh because this is a seriously good encounter at the moment. Alex Erlandson kicks it over the top, but it goes out of play, out of bounds on the full, in fact. Bombers leading by 4 points on AFL NTV. As we just quickly run through those goal kickers, major goal kickers, Matthias Liddy has 5, and a couple to Lindsay Moran.
Is that 6 now for Liddy? I think it's 6.
6 of the best.
6 of the best. And the 6th one, well, you said the Pike Club, I reckon it's gone further than that. I reckon it's on the cricket pitch.
Incredible stuff. The Bombers, they've trailed for large portions of this match, but in the second half, they're coming home the better. 12-3, 75. The margin back out to 10 points the Bombers' way. Wanderers 9-11, 65. On AFL NTV, we played 13 minutes.
And if you're watching in the Pike Club, go outside because there's a footy on offer.
Very, very good point. It's a nice, expensive footy as well. There's a whistle from the stoppage. And which way is it going? It's going the Muck's way to Brad Vassell. And they just move it up towards half forward. Ferreira, inside 50. Patrick Flew. Couple weighted down. Mullins was one of them. He had to get boot to ball and force it through for a minor score in the end. So 9-13. Oh, sorry, 9-12, 66. The Wanderers, the Bombers, 12-3.
Scanlon after the goal.
Oh, wow.
And Patrick's going to kick another one.
This is controversial. This is high drama. Liam Patrick, he comes back and he kicks his second in 5 seconds. And the Mucks are in front in the blink of an eye. Blink, and you would have missed it. They trailed by 9 points. And after the old-fashioned 12-point play, they're actually in front, Dale.
Well, that's one of those situations that after this game you're gonna go back and say that's where the Bombers lost it if they indeed go on and lose this game, because they had a 9-point lead. Patrick took a great mark, but it wasn't an easy kick at goal for in anyone's book. He could have easily missed it. It would have been an 8-point Bombers lead. They would have had the ball, and now they've gone back to the middle and they're behind. So it's a real, stupidity on Paul Scanlon's behalf.
Well, he's played a lot of footy, and that's not one of his highest moments in life. How will the Bombers respond? JJ Motlop got a clearing kick, and he found Shane Thorne inside the centre square. 16 and a half minutes gone, and the Mucks lead by 3 points after a double goal from Liam Patrick. Short one over the top. And Nook Mansell takes the mark on centre wing, and they just slowed things down temporarily. Now his kick goes up towards Patrick, who kicked the last 2 goals. And then Patrick inside 50, wanted Alex Erlinson. It went too wide though. Out of bounds on the full 17 minutes played. Time ticking away for both sides. 3 points the difference. And it's the Muck Mucks that lead on AFL NTV.
Oh, sit back and relax. This is going to be a sensational finish. And I think Paul Scanlon really needs to lift his team over the line here.
Wesley Black got the handball off to a running Bradley Palapamini, who kicked inside 50. Good strong hands. Liddy almost took the mark. Can't quite gather before the boundary line, and it spills out of play. Boundary throw in.
Yes. Can the Bombers respond? I think they can. There's clearly another twist in this tale. There's probably about 3 or 4 twists to come yet.
Back into play from the stoppage. Roy Farmer, but there's a whistle. And it's a free kick. It's going to go to Christian Hyde. He kicks it to a dangerous spot. Mitch Taylor sliding effort. Couldn't quite control the mark. Comes off hands. VV's thereabouts. He taps it down. Roy Farmer almost crashed through. Taylor off the ground. Taylor off the ground once again. Out towards Rupert Papungamiri. Can he gather? He does. Does he get around one? There's the don't argue. Mitchell Taylor wrapped him up though. That's a great tackle from him.
Well, that's probably the first time I've ever seen the don't argue fail.
Rupert Papungamiri gave him the don't argue, but Mitchell Taylor happy to argue and wrapped him up. And now he's going to pump it long down the line. They all set themselves. Adam Cook got first hands on it. Alex Erlinson tapped it forward. It spills out the way there of Joel Cabillo. He dribbles one inside 50. Foot race is on. Thomas Motlop. And also there is Vivian Kiranua. In the end, the boundary line beats the pair. High drama on AFL NTV if you've just joined us. Just moments ago, about a minute and a half ago, it was the Bombers that led by 9 points. Then there was a double goal, courtesy of a Paul Scanlon 50-metre penalty and a brain fade that put the Muck Mucks back in front after Liam Patrick kicked 2 from the goal square. That dribbling kick from Jonathan Miles didn't exit defensive 50. He's kicked 2 this quarter, Liam Patrick. This time he kicks to the man that gave him the footy on those occasions, Paul Scanlon. His kick wasn't great. Here's a chance here for young Bo Cabillo. Umpire says that he got one high though. And it's a free kick to Bo Cabillo. Christian Hyde is filthy.
He better give the ball back. He doesn't want another 50-metre penalty.
3 points in it on AFL NTV. We're up on our feet in the commentary box. Bo Cabillo is looking up towards the hot spot. Adam Cook is at the front, also flying. Turin Petrie. Liam Patrick, what can he muster here? Just runs it out of play. Boundary throw in. Almost 20 minutes gone. Final term. And it's the Muck Mucks by 3 points on AFL NTV. We hope you're enjoying the coverage wherever you are watching around the world. Who will take this one out? Only time will tell. Jason Purantatamir is over the footy. Paul Scanlon's there. He got a clearing kick out towards the boundary line. Wanderers appealing for deliberate. Umpire saying it was out of bounds on the full anyway. So a Muck Mucks free kick. Oh, geez, Paul Scanlon's had the worst 10 minutes of his NTFL career.
He certainly has. But there's one player who can change all that around, and that's Paul Scanlon himself.
Well, that kick wasn't 15 to Thomas Motlop. It gave the Bombers a chance to get onto the loose footy, and they've won themselves a free kick. At half back, Jonathan Mullins to take it.
And if they get it on quickly, no, the moment's lost.
Tiwi, they're capable of the extraordinary. We know that. Ball on centre wing. Dion Munkar and JJ Motlop. JJ Motlop heads for the sanctuary of the boundary, and he gets it. So a boundary throw in. It's 10 metres forward of centre wing. The Muck Mucks are leading this one 11-12-78. The Tiwi Bombers 12-3-75. Accuracy from the Bombers has saved them in this match so far. Can they find one more straight kick and hit the front after being 3 points behind? Little one forward out towards Thorne. He gathers. His handball didn't find VV. VV did well at ground level though. They all try to crash through. Is that a free kick for in the back? Umpire says no, play on. And eventually they work things out. Joel Cabillo flicked a handball and the Muck-Mucks go up towards Patrick. He edged his opponent under the footy. Then he gathered at ground level. Then he handballed over the top. Thomas Motlop put them inside 50. Adam Cook at the back. Can't quite control the mark. It's close though. Cook off the ground! He kicks the goal! And the Muck-Mucks are going to win, you reckon, from here?
Oh, devastation for Petrie. He tried to rush the behind. He did all the everything a defender could, but just the tap to rush the behind. Didn't have enough power to bounce up perfectly for an Adam Cook volley, and you'd think that soccer goal has ended not only the Tiwi Bombers' dream of winning tonight, but maybe their dream of playing finals football.
Well, it's been a 5-3 last quarter for the Muck-Mucks. They looked cooked, but Adam Cook has banged one through and suddenly they're out to a 9-point advantage and they're going to get a free kick as well from this centre square infringement. It's going to go time running out for the Bombers, and the Muck-Mucks just trying to play some possession footy at the moment. Here's a chance. Shane Thorne, penetrating kick inside 50, straight to Bradley Palapamini though. They need to move it on quickly. They need to play some kamikaze football. We know they're capable of doing. He goes straight through the middle of the ground and it's a good kick. It finds Daniels Heenan on the chest, I should say, who goes out wider and finds the target there. Wesley Black looks up, kicks into the pocket. Lindsay Marine the target. Oh, he should have taken the mark. He didn't take it, but he should have.
That was probably their last chance, Dave. Then the Marine needed to take that mark, go back, kick the goal, and they would have given themselves an outside chance of pinching this game. But nearly 24 minutes in, I don't think time is on the Bombers' side.
23 and a half minutes gone. The Muck-Mucks lead by 9 points. VV at the back. Height does the ruck work for the Bombers. The makeshift ruckman kick back in towards the corridor. Can they find something, the Bombers? They all throw themselves in. And the umpire calls for the footy. Time is certainly the enemy for the Tiwi Bombers. The Muck-Mucks, they've been so brave to work their way back into this one though. Ball up. What's going to happen here from the ball up? It goes out towards the boundary line. Good work from the Muck-Mucks to take it out of their defensive 50 and force it out of play. But there's a free kick down the field and it's going to be a Wanderers free kick to Liam Patrick. Not sure what that was for.
I think it was the old free after disposal because the ball had some backspin and didn't even go out of bounds.
Liam Patrick, he points long down the line and that's the direction he goes. Vassal. Another strong performance from him. He takes the mark on his chest and kicks inside 50. The Muck-Mucks looking for icing on the cake now. Aaron Motlop, Thomas Motlop also there. The umpire calls out of bounds on the full. Which way though? That's going to be the question.
Thomas Motlop thinks it's his kick. The umpire clearly pointed Tiwi's way. But I think everyone here at TIO knew that to come off a Bomber's leg and getting some advice from the punters next to the fence.
Starts at left, wants it to bend back to the right, doesn't get enough purchase on it though. And just a minor score, 12-13, 85. The Muck-Mucks, the Bombers 12-3, 75. And time very much the enemy for the Bombers. 25 and a half minutes gone in the final term. They go straight down the middle of the ground. That's exactly what they need to do. There's a chop in the arms free kick though, and it's going to young Xavier Cabillo. He kicks wide and finds Alex Erlinson. The Muck-Mucks are going to win from here, you reckon? He goes up and finds Shane Thorne. Kicks around the corner. Inside 50, it's a good kick. Finds Nook Mansell.
Well, the man who sealed the deal last weekend, Nook Mansell, could definitely put the final nail in the Bombers' coffin here.
So Nook Mansell. Hands off in the end, and then a big shot on goal towards the right-hand side from Thorne. Just a minor score. And now the kick out. Tiwi have to play perfect footy, you'd think, and the siren has to be delayed quite significantly. Owen Jr. goes in towards the middle. 11 points the difference. It's been a frenetic finish. Mullins takes the mark, keeps on running, needs to go over the top here. Jerome Tipper-Mantamiri, there can't be too much time left. He runs out of room. They get numbers. Alex Erlinson, one of them. Nook Mansell, another. And Mansell gathered and then kicked further. Xavier Cabillo, he runs and then kicks up towards Thord. He can go over the top to Vassell, goes in that direction, and this would just about be game over. Vassell takes the mark inside, and he's going to go back and just steady things up. Brad Vassell plays on, kicks on goal and misses. Margin 11 points, 27 minutes and 15 seconds gone. The Muck-Mucks are still up. And it's been a solid performance from then. Oh, Petrie should have taken the mark. It allowed Cook onto the loose footy. Standing start, Banana went across the face of goal and just dribbled out of play. Boundary throw-in, 27 and a half minutes gone. As some of the spectators start to leave and get to the car park early.
It's quite a congested car park at Morar, especially after the siren.
Certainly is. 12:15, 87. There's the siren. The Eagles win. After all look lost, the Bombers went clear by 10 points. But in the end, the Muck-Mucks were too good. They came back. Goals to Liam Patrick and Adam Cook in that last quarter with Sam Arthur as well. Saw them hit the front, and that's where they remain. The final score, 12-15, 87. The Eagles, the Bombers, 12-3-75, the margin 12 points.
Yes, that's clearly one that got away from the Bombers. They were pretty much all set for a victory there. About 20 minutes into that last quarter, they held the 9-point lead, and then just the sheer brain fade from Paul Scanlon, which anyone wouldn't expect anyone of his calibre to. Something like that. It got the double goal to Liam Patrick. It gave the Eagles the lead, and they went on from there. So probably the last 2 weeks, the Eagles have won. They've bounced back after losing 4 straight, and their last 2 wins, arguably, they shouldn't have won at all.
Yes, it's very true. It's an interesting stat, but full credit to the Eagles all the same. They've started to get some momentum. They've had momentum earlier in the season and lost a few, and now they've got 2 in a row. So it'll be interesting to see how they can build from here. We've got more big games on AFL NTV coming up next weekend, so make sure that you check out the Facebook page for that. Another triple treat at TIO next week, Dale, and we're looking forward to that. With that win, by the way, we must add that Wanderers moved themselves back into the 5 at the expense of the Buffaloes, who could only manage 2 points. So they're now on 20 points, tied with Palmerston, and they move into the top 5. Buffaloes in 6th position, and trailing by 2 points on the ladder. Now Tiwi, a game out of the 5 and sitting in 7th position. Next week, we've got St Mary's and Buffaloes, Wanderers and Waratah, and Nightcliff and Tiwi Bombers. Dale Fletcher, thanks very much for joining me today.
No worries, mate. This was was a great triple treat. There's also one next week, and if it's any good as today's effort, I just cannot wait. It's going to be sensational.
To all the crew at Kick Digital, thanks very much for their time today. They do a magnificent job. If you've got any camera needs or anything that you need filmed, make sure you contact Mark at Kick Digital. He does a wonderful job, and you should always give him a call first. He's your tech solution in Darwin when it comes to anything visual. Make sure you get your copy of the Sunday Territorian tomorrow as well, and read all about it from Dave Kennedy here tonight. Thanks very much for joining us on AFL NTV, and we look forward to the triple treat at TIO next week. Catch ya.